What's up, everybody? Welcome to our new episode of SCNS Live, the super cool nerd show, and God, it's lonely here. Anyway.
You don't have toys to keep you company?
Did y'all unmute? Okay, Rick, you can unmute yourself, so. No, there's not enough toys to keep me company because I can't go out and get them. Hang on, let me go ahead and make everyone else available for you. There they are, my friends that I am honestly going to say I miss them dearly because this sucks.
It's weird, right?
Yeah. This sucks. And, well, recently we have been told we're going to be in this for another 30 days to the end of April. It's gotten so bad, I've started making actual drinks.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look at that. You've only ever been a whiskey guy, but look at you. Now you're just drinking straight.
I was curious about margaritas, and they're not bad.
There you go. Yeah, it's just lime juice, salt, and tequila.
The magical stuff. And yes, we are drinking on this stream. I'm sorry. We all have our coping mechanisms right now during these troubling times. Anyway, thank you all out there in the Super Cool Nerd Nation for joining us. I am Jason the X, and these lovely people on the screen are...
I don't know what order to go in.
You're like...
some kind of order.
Okay. This lady over here, that's Kat.
That's me.
And over there in the one-woman shirt, that is Cass.
Hello, everybody. Yeah.
Both of them during this crisis have cut their hair. This is their coping mechanism.
That's what women do in crisis, and men. That's what everyone does.
I cut my hair off pre-crisis. This is just like a quarter inch shorter than that, and people are like, "Oh my gosh!"
It's noticeable. And over there's Rick.
I am building my alcohol tolerance again. Woohoo!
Everybody's wearing DC shirts. I am wearing this lovely shirt I got from Show Enough Studios. Support local artists, everybody, because they could use it right now. And I'm sorry, do zombies poop?
I don't think they poop.
But they eat.
They don't have intestines.
They don't have a functioning digestive system. Yeah.
Then that's really gross. Anyway. So yeah, we're gonna try to maintain some normalcy. I know we missed a week where we're trying to figure all this out, how we're gonna do this, and for the foreseeable future, this is what we're doing. I know Kat and Cash, you guys were streaming some games. You need to get some of my games over here. I think y'all wanted something out of my collection, right?
We have limited options, and we didn't think through it that well either. But it's okay, because we have to grind through Niflheim for the rest of time to get the armor we want. So
that's true. Also, if you're in the North Dallas area and you know where some toilet paper is, let us know.
No, like bears.
That's fair.
You fight for that, Joe, probably.
Yeah, we live in an apartment. Like, I don't think you could do that.
I have installed bidets in every room of this house, so we're good.
I mean, there's gotta be like a doggy park, and y'all can just scoot your butt across the grass.
No.
No, thank you.
There's a doggy park in our complex, though, so.
I'm not doing that.
No.
Your obsession with paper to wipe your backsides, disgusting. Anyway.
We can't afford bidets. What are you talking about?
It's literally a sprayer.
Just go and get like a little spray bottle.
No.
That is not more sanitary than toilet paper. The spray bottle. Bidets are absolutely more sanitary.
Yeah, that little sprayer that's in the bathroom that you guys can access here. That's what that is.
Blend the booze. I'm blending the booze on this.
Okay. Anyway, so let's go ahead and kick this off. You know, we started with some super cool nerd news. It's got a dope beat. Anyway, so the first story of the evening I have is, look, there's going to be delays of things. That's just the way it's gonna be for a while. And sadly, Last of Us 2 has been delayed again, and this hurts because we all want some video games to pass the time, and we were looking forward to this one. But yeah, excuse me. A statement was released by the studio. Let me get to that one. It's hang on. There we go. From Naughty Dog. As you've likely just seen, the release of Last of Us Part 2 has been delayed. We're sure this news is just as disappointing to you as it is to us. We want to reach out to all you in the community and give you a little information. The good news is we're nearly done with development of Last of Us Part 2. We're in the midst of fixing our final bugs. However, even with us finishing the game, we were faced with the reality that due to logistics beyond our control, we couldn't launch The Last of Us to our satisfaction. We want to make sure that everyone gets to play Last of Us Part 2 around the same time, ensuring that we're doing everything possible to preserve the best experience for everyone. This means delaying the game until such a time as we can resolve these logistic issues. We're bummed by this decision, but ultimately understood it's what's best and fair for all of our players. We're hoping that this won't be a long delay, and we'll update you as soon as we have new information to share. Wish you all, your families, and your friends the best of health. Thank you for being amazing fans and your continued support. I gotta say, that's a pretty good statement to make. That's the most positive thing you can say. Guys, what do you think? Last of Us, I mean, we're going to have to be understanding as fans and nerds in the coming months.
We absolutely knew this was coming. It is disappointing, but I, more than almost any other game, I want this to come out and I want to be able to play it and I want it to work. So I'm willing to wait for that. It is a bummer because I was hoping to play this game to pass the time, but I don't know. I feel like this is definitely inevitable.
It's a bold new strategy, personally. In the first game, they removed your hope in the game.
Wow. If anything, we might be living The Last of Us.
We're not that far from it.
It's just a weird story is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think by default I become Joel. I'm old, so there we go.
I think that you took it too easy on them, honestly. Like, they've delayed it like 9 times.
Yeah, and now they have
this
another thing.
has nothing to do with the virus, I don't think. That's not what the statement says. It's just like, we want lots of people to have it. Most of you are going to get it digitally. We're just not finished with it.
Sadly, people need to come in and work on this thing, and they can't right now.
They don't have to come in and work on it, probably. There's no way there's not private servers up for it. Like, that unplugged computer thing, that doesn't realistically happen right now. And it hasn't for a few years. It's not an entirely offline game. There's no way.
They're just lying.
Like I said, but I mean, for now, we're going to have to be...
I don't think it would have been finished anyway, is what I'm saying. I think the delay, I don't think they're lying exactly, but like...
Was this a thing?
They also didn't say we would have had it out for sure if this hadn't hit us. They're just kind of like, we can't do it yet.
I mean, there's always hiccups that, we don't, there's always unexpected things. I mean, technology is always weird and it's always glitchy and all that. So, I mean, it is what it is. And honestly, though, like, I'd rather them delay it. I mean, they delayed Doom Eternal and everyone's like raving about it for those that have played it. So,
Doom has some issues. I'm going to go ahead and just
it
leave it at that.
has issues. Well, see, there you go. And even after it was delayed, it still has issues then. So,
there's some graphical
so I'm okay with
issues
them delaying that, especially because, I mean, I'd rather have a good working game than something that's going to glitch out here and there and all that. So I'm okay with it, being delayed. It is what it is. Yeah, we were all looking forward to it to help pass the time. But, I mean, especially with such big expectations of this game, it needs to be beyond perfect. So I get it. I'm okay with it.
And to be honest, it's not like most of us are dealing with a shortage of video games. Like, there are so many video games out, and there are so many that you could play. They might not be your favorite video games of all time, but you can play them. So, I don't know.
I mean, I'm not saying that you shouldn't play it or look forward to it. I'm just saying that I think the video game industry needs a little bit of accountability. Just a little bit, because it's getting kind of ridiculous.
But at the same time, though, like, I mean, with the technology that's expanding, or new technology that's being created for a lot of these new, like new programs, new things are you're expected to get glitches. You're expected to get bugs, especially if they're really already pushing the boundaries of the current technology that we have. So if they're really, really pushing it, and they thought they got it, and then an unexpected bug came from something that they created, then it's yeah, we can hold them accountable. But at the same time, though, like when creating new programs, new whatever, there's gonna be delays. There's gonna be like the bounds of technology, especially with video games, it's pushed a lot already as it is of how realistic they are, how the graphics look and all this and whatever else they're all working on. So
yeah, but like how many times is a delay like reasonable? I'm saying they don't have my trust anymore to be like it's going to be out when they say it's going to be out, unless maybe one delay, like, but it's been like
I mean,
years.
at this point, like even Doom, like I said, it was delayed, and I'm playing it. And I love it. There are some graphical bugs with Doom that are hard to overlook, especially when it's just like a black digital cloud that's over something, and they still do. Yeah, I have footage of it. I have one of the funniest bugs I saw. I was on a raised platform, and a monster was coming up to get me, and then all of a sudden he just yeeted up and off the screen, and I'm literally like, okay, buddy, climb on up. I'm gonna get this double barrel shotgun to the face, and he disappears. I'm like, where did he go? And I have that recorded, by the way. So,
That is amazing.
but then I like walk past where he was, like, where did he go? And I turn around, and then he's climbing back up again. So there are some issues. I mean, they got a game out to market that is playable, but it's like, oh, there you are, and then I blasted him with the shotgun. So there we go. So
Well, did it make you stop playing the game?
No, it didn't make me stop playing.
Then put out your product, like.
But I definitely was like, where the hell did that monster go? Anyway,
Assassin's Creed Origins did. Actually, or no, Odyssey had glitches that made me stop playing the game for a while. It was really bad. Hippopotamus was Origins. Odyssey had just freezing in place a lot. And I'm playing Ori and the Will of the Wisps right now, which is a brand new game. And it might be because it's on Game Pass and I don't actually have it downloaded, but it is. There have been a couple of nights where I just stopped playing.
That's 100% because
So, okay, keeping with games, who else has some game news for this evening?
I do. So speaking of video games that we're playing to pass the time, Animal Crossing has been out. I personally have been watching Griffin McElroy stream Animal Crossing. He had a wonderful stream last night where his two brothers came and bullied him by digging up his entire island. But apparently there have been some people that are unhappy with the new Animal Crossing, with the new event. It's an Easter event, and people have been planting, you can plant money trees, basically. So money literally grows on trees. And the game replaced their money with eggs for the event. And so you have tons of money just gone, and instead you just have a bunch of eggs. And they got really, really mad about it. And I thought it was absolutely hilarious.
Did you see the thing about the bunny rabbit? Like, I think Chrissy Teigen said she wanted to kill it. The bunny.
Griffin said he wanted to kill it too. The bunny is like scary
no.
and weird. And I literally the only exposure I have to this game is just watching the McElroys play it. But the bunny, I don't like it. It's creepy and it's weird.
Have
and
you seen the video where it loses enthusiasm as you get further away?
No.
It stops moving after you get further away from it. I had to buy this game for my daughter, by the way. So,
does she like it?
I suppose so. She's devoted all her time to it. I'm not playing it. I know Nier was like, you should just get it for yourself, and I'm like, screw you. But no, I got demons to kill.
My favorite thing.
I had a friend actually. She drove 45 minutes to where I work to pick up the limited edition Animal Crossing Switch, and then waited a week to get the actual game. But I mean, the one thing I love on my Facebook timeline is just everybody posting, here's my Switch code, here's my island, I've got apples, I've got peaches, I've got this, I've got that. I'm like, you know what, look at that. It's like Pokemon Go 4 years ago, but now with Animal Crossing.
Well, apparently everybody went out and bought Switches because they are gone. Nintendo
Yes, they
was
are.
like, I'm loving all this money.
What a time to be quarantined, right?
It's good. I'm glad everyone's buying the Switch. It's a great machine. I mean, they've I'm going to be streaming this weekend. They re-released. Well, they released a remake of a game that I played for my child, Panzer Dragoon. And looking through their store of old school games that have been remastered, it's pretty good library there. It's like you were saying, there are plenty of games that are available to us to play during this this time.
Quarantine.
I've spent quite a bit of money on just downloadable games in the past few days.
I mean, like the research that I've been reading says that gamers don't care about the next generation thing as much as like they're trying to promote. The console lives are too short for most people's preference, and they just want like good stories that are well told to play. I feel like Animal Crossing kind of proves that with like its graphics aren't groundbreakingly different, or they don't make use of ray tracing technology or whatever. It's something that people identify with, and yeah, it coincides with the social distancing and all that. But I really feel like just put your shit out, like you're going to make a lot more money in general.
I think the best thing about Animal Crossing, like during this time, is it does allow people to, interact with their friends that they probably miss quite a bit. So it's a good little wholesome game that people can. I miss you. Here's some peaches.
Also, you can give your villagers give you presents, and if you give it right back to them, they're like, "Oh, for me, thank you. I feel like I've seen this before." And that's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Awareness in the NPCs of regifting.
Yeah.
Anybody else? More video game?
Yeah, Overwatch League started up again last weekend.
Did you like the Google eyes?
The googly eyes? I have no idea what you're talking about.
You didn't
What are you
see
talking about?
the googly eyes in the Overwatch characters?
Oh, I did see that.
Oh, yeah. Cass likes the animations. Like, some people download the character models and reprogram them to do each other's like emotes and victory dances and stuff. And it's Cass's favorite thing in the world.
Watching Diva as Roadhog is just absolutely hilarious.
There's one I showed her not too long ago, a Roadhog with like wrecking ball mechanics. So he was just grappling through the city of New Bonnie like Batman. It was just amazing. But Overwatch League came back. They are struggling to they're trying to put out in a format where they don't have to be in a physical location. It was pretty rough in some ways, but they basically redistricted to China and here and Europe and Korea, I think. And so some of the games were at 3:00 in the morning our time because they were local in China. And overall, they did pretty well though. And they actually loosened up a little bit as far as how much they're trying to be the NFL, I guess. They loosened up a little bit, and when it came time to do hero bans for the next week, they let the host's cat pick which heroes were banned by nuzzling different hero cards. It was pretty cool. It was comforting to have it back on. It wasn't perfect, but it wasn't awful for most of the time.
Actually, my favorite moment was there were two casters, and then one of them, the internet failed. And so we just got somebody who had been up for 24 hours, just staring at the camera, red-eyed and just exhausted. He's like, well, I didn't like what the other guy was doing, so I kicked him out. And it loosened up very. It was deeply amusing.
Yeah,
they're all so tired.
Hey, so at least you're getting some games. They're doing a new thing with a hero ban system, which is interesting because week to week it will change which heroes are available to play and stuff. Overall, like I liked it, but I'm not hard to get to me to watch Overwatch League, so I don't know. It's all right.
I'm glad they're trying to maintain a sense of normalcy like we all are. Am I
Yeah.
feedbacking on somebody's speakers or something? Sorry.
You are cutting in and out a little bit.
Do I need to just turn my gain up? Hang on.
I'm just sitting here.
All right, I tried adjusting mine because I've heard from some other friends of mine that I'm cutting in and out. But anyway, Rick, you got any game news? Anybody else?
It's kind of game news, something that I read earlier this week. So of course, with all sports being canceled, NASCAR is doing e-races now. So hold on. There we go. So NASCAR's been doing e-races. So they've gotten several of the drivers actually. They've got like consoles, like steering wheels and pedals and all that set up at their houses and connected to their computers and stuff. And they've been having virtual NASCAR races. And they've the money they've been playing for money, but the money's been donated. And I can't remember. I don't know NASCAR. I just know they just turn left. So, but I know one of the guys that helped start this has a $40,000 rig, and it's
That's
like
a car.
It's like almost being like an actual like NASCAR thing. And they've had several races. The one they had last week was what would have been the Texas Speedway race. And they had like 16 or 20 drivers actually go on it, and they were all just racing and stuff. So it's been pretty cool. And like ESPN got in on it, and I think Fox Sports did as well. And they were broadcasting this live. So people could actually tune in and watch all these drivers just in their PJs or whatever in their bedrooms, just doing their thing. So I thought that was pretty cool. You know, people don't get their racing, so in a way that they kind of are now, and though it's all virtual. So like you can wreck and not get hurt.
All the sports should do that. We should just have football players playing Madden 19 or whatever.
They are actually. That is actually
Are they?
the thing that's going on. I know there's going to be a tournament for the NBA. The NBA 2K20.
Yeah.
They've got like 16 different basketball players. They're gonna be playing a tournament to do their thing. Hold on.
Where'd he go? Oh, anyway.
Now they just have to teach NASCAR fans how to use computers.
Right?
That's a burn for all my old Apple friends that were into that.
Apple friends at the NASCAR?
But it's
Like,
it is pretty cool that all these sports athletes are. I do think it's pretty cool that all these sports athletes are doing this to kind of give the fans something, and some of them are playing for money, but they're donating that money to, of course, to this whole Rona thing. So, which is cool. So,
I think it's funny that my focus was on how esports is way different now. That was my focus, except it's not way different because they're playing the same game. Like real sports ball fans, they're in a different league of having to learn new things. My people just have to deal with a ping that's 45 instead of 0.
Yeah.
I'm loving all the memes on introverts. We were made for this. Why am I cutting out so badly? Jeez.
Who was made for what?
They were
Esports?
saying, no, introverts were made for this kind of stuff. For the current crisis. Stay inside and play video games all day? Done.
I saw a tweet that said, "Oh, now you want to know what introverts do for fun."
Well, if nobody else has any game news, I'd like to move on to some television. So one thing I'm excited for, I know I've been burned out on some of the CW shows. Sadly, it happens. But I am all in for Stargirl. And during the trailer for one of the trailer for the upcoming season of Stargirl, they showed Stripes. They showed that big mecha. I have it up on screen right now. Look at this. Look at this. This is what I wanted. I'm questioning how long is CW on their budget going to be able to maintain showing this weekly. I know they want to focus more on Stargirl, but dude, look at that. It looks like it came straight out of the comic book. I love it. Love it. Let me see. I had some other stuff, but Stargirl, it's going to debut Monday, May 18th on DC Universe. CW will follow, re-showing the premiere on Tuesday, May 19th. So, yeah, Luke Wilson is actually playing the character Stripes in the show too. So, the Wilson brother that I actually like. So I'm all excited for this. Amy Smart is playing her mother Barbara, and I forget the girl's name that's playing Stargirl.
Wait, did you say Amy Smart?
Amy Smart is playing her mom. Yes.
Wow, I haven't heard that name in a long time.
I know.
Yeah, I know, right?
But yeah, that is Stripe, and the robot's full name is the
been
Special Tactics Robotic Integrated Power Enhancer. So, yeah, I have been off on the DC Universe show. Well, not DC Universe, but some of the CW shows. But I did like the Stargirl series in DC Comics with her Stars and Stripes. I'm in. I don't know what you guys think.
Awesome.
I love the look of this mech. Please maintain this weekly on a CW show.
No, what? 3 episodes. 3 episodes tops.
No. I need mecha in my life.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. couldn't do Ghost Rider for more than 2 episodes.
I'm going to be on Jason's side on this one. You know what? I think it's going to do well.
If they leave the mecha in there, it'll do well. The mecha has to be in there from, like, I was already, okay, I'm good with Stargirl because I like Starman. I've always enjoyed that series, those characters. But yeah, give me the mecha. I'm excited. I'm down. So, anybody else got anything TV-wise or streaming?
I do.
What you got?
I got 2 streaming ones. Okay, so I'm going to start off with this one first because this one, so the force is strong with Joby Harold, as he has been tapped to write the script for the Obi Wan Kenobi series for Disney Plus. Hossein Amini was originally contracted to write the scripts for the series, but left in January. No reasons was given for his departure, though Disney did want to overhaul the early scripts and start over. And there were even talks of possibly just canceling the whole thing, which thankfully did not happen. But Joby Harold has not written for a TV show yet, or a TV series yet, but he was an executive producer for John Wick 3 Parabellum, and is also writing the script for Zack Snyder's film Army of the Dead. And he was one of 2 writers alongside James Vanderbilt, who was selected to develop a new take on the Transformers franchise for Paramount. So, yeah, this is the guy who's going to be writing now for Kenobi, which I'm real excited about. I mean, just give me Obi Wan Kenobi. So Ewan McGregor, of course, is still set to return as the Jedi Master, and the series will also be directed by Deborah Chow, who also directed 2 episodes of The Mandalorian, episode 3, The Sin, and episode 7, The Reckoning, already for Disney Plus. Who, of course, the writer for that was Jon Favreau. So yeah. And then, of course, filming was set to begin August of this year, but because of Amini leaving in January, that pushed the starting filming date to January 2021. But of course, with everything that's going on in the world right now, who knows when they will actually start filming, because we don't know what the hell's going on. So it is the darkest timeline. But yeah, Obi Wan Kenobi officially has a new writer, and we'll kind of see where this goes. Yeah, that's it for Disney Plus on that one. On the streaming part. So, thoughts, guys? Anything?
Developing content is Disney Plus right now, because I'm glad Mandalorian has actually finished their filming, or for season 2.
Yeah.
So, at least we know that one shouldn't be held up too much, but they could go ahead and release the episodes early. No, I got Clone Wars. I'm not going to be greedy. Sorry.
Also, do you really want to see a Star Wars without any CGI?
No.
Yes.
Well, you saw the set that they filmed The Mandalorian on, right? With the
I did.
That's game breaking. I love that, man.
Either for CGI, that was like, no, he said release it early. Oh, no, don't release it early. Please don't. Like,
Okay. I won't be greedy.
Cass and I watched Jumanji last night, the new one, The Next Level. Writing,
Hey,
excellent.
Yeah.
Directing, excellent.
Acting, super fun.
really good. They smashed the timeline of post-production, and it shows.
There's a lot of green screen. There's a lot of like weird background choices, like
Distracting animal sizes.
Yeah.
Like,
I haven't watched it.
that's pretty good. That's his The
Is he
Rock
trying to make
face.
the rock face that he makes in that movie?
It's
Ricardo as The Rock as Danny DeVito.
Yeah. Spoilers.
What is it? What is he called? I haven't watched the movie, so.
Smoldering intensity. That's a pretty good. That's pretty good too. Well done.
I can't do it without laughing for too long. Anyway.
oh my God, he's having a stroke. Breathe. I watched that
TV or
the
streaming.
day before yesterday. Huh?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said I watched Jumanji also like the day before yesterday, and
Yeah, like it's pretty
The Rock
good.
and yeah, The Rock and Kevin Hart portraying Danny DeVito and Danny Glover was just like awesome. And then and then Aquafina also portraying Danny DeVito was just awesome.
Spoilers.
Maybe I'll watch
Spoilers.
it. Since I have
And of course,
It's been out 4 and 5 months.
Since I have nothing but time, maybe I should watch the Rock Jumanji movie. I've never seen it.
watch the first one. The first one is amazing.
Okay, I've never seen it, so I have nothing but time, and I've been watching. How can I put this tactfully? Bullshit. So
Somebody made me watch the first one, and I loved it. But like, I wasn't interested. I didn't love the original Jumanji that much, so I was kind of like, whatever. And then it was so good.
my phone
Don't
beat.
cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry.
Is it bad that my phone wasn't on silent, and for a second I looked around for Cora like, uh-oh.
She's right behind me, isn't she?
I do have one more streaming story.
Okay, what you got?
So, of course, as we know, South by Southwest was canceled earlier this year because of what's going on in the world. But Amazon Prime Video has come to the rescue. Amazon Prime and South by South. Now, this is straight from the South by Southwest website. That's a tongue twister. Amazon Prime Video and South by Southwest are joining forces to launch Prime Video Presents the South by Southwest 2020 Film Festival Collection. Following the cancellation of the conference and festivals of the city of Austin due to what's going on, the Prime Video Presents the Film Festival Collection offers filmmakers in 2020 Film Festival lineup an invitation to opt in to take part in this online film festival, which will play exclusively on Prime Video in the U.S. for 10 days. The one-time event will be available in front of the Prime Video paywall and free to all audiences around the country, with or without an Amazon Prime membership. All that is needed is a free Amazon account. Filmmakers who choose to participate will receive a screening fee for streaming their film over the 10-day period. The launch date is yet to be announced, but they think it's going to be sometime in late April. So the South by Southwest has shared the details on the opportunity to all the 2020 filmmakers who can opt in starting today. So basically, is all these filmmakers that have their films ready to go for South by Southwest are still going to be able to put them out there for free, more or less on Amazon Prime. And those that want to watch it, all you need is a free Amazon account, and you're able to watch all these amazing films by all these amazing filmmakers. Or, who knows? One of these could be the next Taika Waititi, the next Spielberg, the next, I can't think of off the top of my head anyone else right now, but, just someone really awesome.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. I have one more story too. Similar, kind of. The first
Jennifer
online. Go ahead.
Okay. Jennifer Salke, I think is how you say her name. Her last name is spelled Salke. Head of Amazon Studios, said, "We're honored to be able to provide a space for the South by Southwest filmmakers to share their hard work and passion with audiences for the first time. It's been a privilege collaborating with Janet Pearson and the South by Southwest team to bring these diverse and inspiring films to viewers around the country. We're supporters of South by Southwest and other independent film festivals and hope this online film festival can help give back some of the experience and showcase artists and films that audiences might otherwise not have been able a chance to see." Ever since the festival was canceled by the city of Austin, we've been focused on how we could help the incredible films and filmmakers in the South by Southwest 2020 Film Festival lineup, said Janet Pearson, director of film at South by Southwest. "We're delighted when Amazon Prime Video offered to host an online film festival and jumped at the opportunity to connect their audiences to our filmmakers. We are inspired by their
Adaptability?
okay. Yes, thank you. And resilience of the film community as it searches for a creative solution in this unprecedented crisis." I'm excited for this. I'm actually going to keep an eye out for this. As soon as it starts, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to throw my support behind this because this is, some of these filmmakers will never get another chance at something like this. This is huge for them. This is a big win, not only for South by Southwest, but also for Amazon Prime Video. And also, of course, for any cinephile out there. Because now because to get into South by Southwest is not necessarily easy, even to go as a guest or as a attending, as an attendee. So to be able to sit at home and be able to watch as many films as you can over 10 days is honestly quite awesome, I think.
I think people need that outlet now, especially with the way things are. And kudos on Amazon for adapting in a time where we really have to because we don't have any other options.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll watch some films from home. I don't have a choice. I'm only at home. At least I have choice. And they can still be sent to the house.
I'm excited for that. I'm very happy and very proud of Amazon Prime for stepping up like this and South by Southwest by continuing to trying to find a solution, even though they had to cut half of their staff. So, yeah, I'm excited for them.
Well, the next streaming story, Kat, what you got?
Well, first, I just want to say I'm trying to get behind the Amazon Prime thing. I'm naturally suspicious because they're going so balls out with distribution, trying to get their claws in it. Like, I'm a little nervous. I'm a little happy. South by Southwest is also notoriously political as far as being nominated. So I'm trying to get behind it. Excited to see some independent films. Maybe not as excited that it's going this route, but I'm glad they're at least.
I think they have another choice.
No, I just meant so corporate, such a corporate route. We'll see. But definitely watch the movies regardless because it's not their fault, even if it is very schemy. If it turns out in the end to be a scheme kind of for money, it's not going to be the directors and the actors and the editors of those independent films' fault. So definitely support them and let's, I guess, show Amazon that there's interest in things that are not $120 million budget.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see. Also, the first online con that I know about is taking place.
What?
I don't know a lot of details about it. I know it's called BreadCon 2020.
Oh,
And it's off the anime trope of characters running places late with bread in their mouths. And like I said, I don't know a lot about it. I do appreciate the opportunity for cosplayers to start to have hashtags and events to line up behind and still dress up, still have reasons to make costumes, even if you can't interact on a person-to-person basis right now. Keep working on your stuff, guys.
Was this all just a joke? Because I saw a couple of people who I know were participating. Actually, a lot of people I know participating in BreadCon. In fact, one of my friends was like, dress up as Trevor and throw some bread across the room and like be drinking a beer and say like F BreadCon or something. I wasn't willing to do it also because I didn't have enough time. I was trying to work. So
Yeah,
it
I
was supposed to
saw.
be just one big joke. Although
Wonderful.
I did enjoy it. It was pretty funny to watch everybody. I'm late for BreadCon with this bread in their mouth. It was pretty entertaining.
Look up BreadCon 2020 on social media platforms. Some of the pictures are just golden.
It
I,
is like I said, anything that we could do to get a laugh in these times. Great job, guys. I will not fault them for that.
Yeah.
Very nicely
I
done.
thought I saw two things about that. I saw MCube cosplay post a picture of her eating bread. I'm like what is this BreadCon? And then I saw and Nelson Evolves also did the same thing. I'm late for BreadCon. I'm like, what is BreadCon? What is this? It's just kind of weird, but also kind of funny. So kudos to them. It's we're all in quarantine. We're all going crazy. Let's do crazy shit.
We could all use a laugh right now, and yeah, good job everybody that participated in BreadCon 2020. I'm looking forward to BreadCon 2021. So
It's good stuff. The pictures are good stuff.
yeah, good job making everybody just laugh for a little bit. So
Yeah.
all right, let's see. Anybody else streaming or television or movies or anything?
I have a movie one.
Go ahead with the movie.
So the guy you guys might know is the director from Shazam, David F. Sandberg.
Uh-huh.
Got his start in horror, right? And he got his start doing like kind of home horror films under Pony Smasher. Pony Smasher, I think, was his YouTube handle. And he also did a lot of how-tos for filmmakers like me. And then he got a pretty bigger budget movie called Lights Out based off one of his shorts. And then that eventually led him to Shazam. Anyway, he used to make a lot of just like in his home kind of shorts, and they're terrifying, starring his wife who played the scientist in Shazam, incidentally. Anyway, he's back to doing that. Like they're taking advantage of their time at home, and he was on set for something that he can't be on set as much right now, and they're back to just teaming up and making some horror shorts. I think it's called Shadowed right now. I think if you look up David F. Sandberg horror or Pony Smasher on YouTube, you'll find a lot of very good, sometimes incredibly short horror shorts. Like one of them is like 90 seconds and it's terrifying.
Yeah.
So look him up. He's got a lot of DIY stuff and he's very, very good.
I mean, I have time, so I might as well.
Yeah. Don't watch him by yourself, though. It's scary.
I don't have a choice. My wife-
Seriously, some of the scariest things I've ever seen are just him. Yeah. They're absolutely terrifying and I love them.
I'll watch it during the daytime.
There you go.
That's all I've got on that.
I do have one bit of sad news. Of course, I am a Super Sentai fan. Currently, they just started the new season of their Super Sentai series, Kira Major. And sadly, the actor, hang on, I'm trying to get his name here. His name is Rio Camille. Rio Camilla is the character he plays. Sadly, he has been diagnosed with COVID-19, which effectively brings the season of Super Sentai to a screeching halt because they have made a statement his health and his speedy recovery are utmost a priority. So thoughts, out to him. He's under observation. He's doing fine. Luckily, they film a lot of their stuff way far in advance. So they've got episodes. I hope it gets better. I don't think they've actually. And the thing about Super Sentai is that they run these shows for a full year, and they've never really had an actor get injured, or I think it's like the luck of the draw, or have to like leave for an extended period of time. But they were in the middle of filming, and this has happened. So speedy recovery to him. I hope he gets better soon. But yeah, it's a weird time we live in right now, and everything's changing. But yeah, I hope he gets better. I'm actually enjoying the new season of Super Sentai, by the way. I recommend people go watch it by any means necessary, whatever it takes.
That doesn't mean like club somebody or something. It just means whatever subscriptions you have or don't have, find a way.
However, on the internet, you have access to.
Look, right now, we should all be excused for that right now, okay?
I mean, honestly, we excuse ourselves anyway.
Yeah.
This is true. All right, who else has something for the show? I'm kind of out of. Now
I have one, but it's comics / video game.
Hit it.
So, if well, you can't see it right now. You may be aware that I like Horizon Zero Dawn, the video game.
What's that?
What is that?
I've never mentioned it before. It is getting a comic book series. It is going to take place after the events of the game. And yeah, it's already not finished, but it's already well into production. It is set to be released into stores, which we'll see about, and digitally on July 22nd. It is about Aloy, so it's continuing her storyline. And
Her storyline.
another person whose name is Talana Kane Padish, a hunter from the Karja Hunter Club. No, I'm not going to spoil the game. It's part of the Karja people who are not her main people. It's a different tribe. But yeah, it should be fun. Horizon Zero Dawn had a great story up until the slightly boring end. But yeah.
It's not worth playing.
One more time.
So it's not worth playing that.
It is absolutely worth playing. Just the ending isn't amazing.
Okay, because I'm like 5 minutes into it and then I got distracted.
I mean, the gameplay is wonderful. She's a great character. It's a lot of fun to play.
Get really into the fandom though, because the more you get into the fandom, the more the bow that I made cast is technically worth. And I spent like 400 hours on that thing, so.
Oh yeah, once
Nice.
you get all the moves to actually like do like the jumping spear hit when you knock them down to finish them off. I love that game. Speaking of comic books though, Marvel Unlimited now is offering free access to a lot of comic book stories, especially like iconic stories like Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity War. They are available for 1 month on their service starting April 2nd, and it will be until Monday, May 4th. So if you go get the Marvel Unlimited app, you can read literally thousands of iconic comic book stories. And I was actually browsing through it, and there's some good stuff on there for reading. So
That's good to know. I'm definitely doing that.
yeah, go take advantage of this, and thank you Marvel for making these available to people who are, probably looking for a little bit of entertainment right now. It's nice to see a lot of these companies rise to the occasion like this. So go read some free comics. It's available on Apple and Google Play in their app store, and you click free comics on the landing screen. You don't need to put in any payment information, no trial subscription. It's there and ready to roll. So go read some comics.
Dope.
Read all the comics. Speaking of, wait, hold on. Does anyone have anything else?
Not really, no.
Cool. All right. So I think Jason mentioned we were going to talk about this about it. What have you guys been doing while we've been quarantined? Like, what have you guys been doing to kind of keep sane?
Nothing, just sitting on my phone.
What is she
And
doing?
she's climbing over.
I don't know.
She's showing you her new wrestling move.
She's gonna do a reverse.
Like, cat, can you hand me?
She's making a scarf.
That's a doctor's scarf.
It's a little bit brighter than that. But yeah, I started learning how to crochet. And so did Kat. Hers is further away.
And further, like less far along. I have like 3 rows done.
Nice.
Which is in character. Like Cass is more, she's better with like fabric and stuff than I am. We've done a dresser. We refinished an old wood dresser. I learned about staining, which is different. I built my bed. We're learning how to crochet. I've played a lot of video games. I've played a lot of God of War.
Which one?
The latest one. I really want to replay 1 and 2, but I just don't know how. Like to get a hold of them or whatever. Oh, we built a bookcase. I build. That's what I do. And also writing some D&D campaigns and being in some D&D.
I want to play.
Yeah, Jason, I'm so excited, and I'm so bummed that it's going to be a little bit.
I've been.
Yeah, before he gets to play his no spoilers character.
I've been doing a lot of stuff with action figures and customizing. Like I replaced the claws on my Wolverine figure with actual metal claws.
Nice.
And what happened when you did that, Jason? What
I stabbed
happened?
myself slightly.
And did you draw blood?
Oh, it drew blood. Oh yeah, definitely. And I actually did a toy review on the latest Black Widow wave from Marvel Legends. That will be up on our channel tomorrow. Also, a new episode of Nerds with Coffee. We're running out of episodes. We pre-taped a lot of them. I'm glad we did, but we're running out. So, and my friend Near can't come over to play. My wife won't allow it. So,
Aww.
nah, she's taking quarantine very seriously.
I mean, good for her, but like, Jason doesn't have friends to come over.
Well, she's concerned. She works in the medical field, and I'm not going to get into my own worries about all that right now because it keeps me up at night. Anyway.
Yeah, you should listen to her. It's her expertise.
I don't have a choice. Also, I found this weird Fortnite character called Beef Boss. Look at him. Look at him. He has a burger for a head.
It looks like the Hamburglar meets like somebody.
Like I thought Peely was great. This is so yeah. eBay and Amazon have been the bane of my existence, and how I'm going to go broke. But hey, I'm not spending money on gas to get to work, so you know.
Yeah, that will save you $9. That doesn't mean you can spend $800.
Don't. I got a check coming from the government soon.
Yeah, we're not going to be irresponsible with ours. We just want kitty cats. Yeah.
I will tell you.
I've been doing.
Oh, I'm sorry. The thing that's been challenging, honestly, just a little rant. We need to pay teachers what they're worth. Because I have been trying, me and my wife have been being the teachers and instructors for our children for the past week and a half, 2 weeks now. And wow, we need to give them more money right effing now. I totally have a new respect for getting them. Granted, they can't tell my son, you do your schoolwork or there's no Xbox and I'm going to be pissed at you. They don't have that option, but boy, I already respected teachers as it was. I have a newfound one, and yeah, that has been some of my difficulties as a parent, and of course the kids being cooped up. But
why would they change math?
I mean, like I said,
I'm surprised you haven't taught them how to be ninjas and how to. I'm surprised you haven't taught them how to be ninjas yet. Like today's gonna be Ninja 101. We're gonna teach you guys how to sneak up on people and stab them in the ankle.
You don't know that he hasn't. He wouldn't tell you on camera.
Speaking of people who are not being paid what they're worth, hey, how do we feel now about people in the service industry that want $15 an hour?
Exactly.
Ricardo, what have you been doing?
I've been doing a lot of reading. I started. My friend Stacy, my friend Jillian both recommended to me to read the Percy Jackson books, which I never read before, and so I read the first one in about a day and a half, and then I went and got the next two. This is right before like the quarantine like really started. And then I had to go do curbside pickup at Half Price Books to get the next two. So I finished that series. And then I called Half Price Books and like, hey, I need Heroes of Olympus, the first book of that series. I'm like, oh, we're not only doing curbside pickup. So I'm like, crap. So I called Barnes & Noble. They're like, hey, we're still open. I'm like, cool. So I went and got that book. And I'm currently on the third book. And the thing about these books, though, they're 500 plus pages. I read 2 of these in 4 days. That's over 1,000 and like I think it was like 1,200 pages that I read in 4 days. And I took a tiny, and I honestly, if I didn't read it all today, other than my lunch break at work, but if I had, this would have been half done by now. But I've been doing a lot of reading, and I bought the next 2 books after this. I went to Barnes & Noble yesterday. I'm like, hey, I need the next 2 books just in case I end up using, because I'm too impatient for snail mail. So, but I'm working my way through that, and I've got a bunch of other books I'm going to reread or read again or read for the first time, because I've got a lot of books. So I've been doing that, and I've been watching movies that I've owned for years but never watched. Like I've owned Sound of Music for a couple of years, but I've never seen it. So
how did you not watch Mary Poppins or Sound of Music or Singing in the Rain when you grew up?
What musicals did you watch?
Okay, you gotta realize though, like my parents didn't grow up with that, so I wasn't introduced to that till much later. Like when people say, "Hey, did you grow up with Mr. Rogers?" I'm like, no, because my parents didn't grow up with it, so they didn't know about it, so I didn't know about it. I grew up with a bunch of more Mexican television stuff, you know, it's kind of weird because like you would think I would have, but I'm like, no, I actually didn't grow up watching any of this because my parents didn't know about it either. So, but yeah, no, I've been doing a lot of doing that. I've been catching up on Disney Plus stuff, but mostly though, like as soon as I get home from work, I go outside when it's nice outside and I read. I go in our back patio and I just sit on a chair and I read because it's been really nice weather. I get my vitamin D from the sun and I get fresh air.
Good. It's good to hear that people are like making good use of it. Cass and I have been kind of proud of ourselves for not just sitting on the couch and feeling bad that we can't go out. Like we're doing stuff. We're doing stuff that's been on a to-do list for a long time. Feels good. Not the whole thing, but that part of it.
Yeah. One very specific part of it.
Well, I think that's we're about to wind down this show. Thank you guys for getting on Google Hangouts and joining me. I miss your faces. This place is not the same without you. Like I really took for granted that y'all would come by once a week to, you know, crap around with me on this show we do, and I miss that weekly interaction. So anyway,
I do too. It's been weird to realize that we're friends now. Like, because we just showed up to start doing your show with you, and then like we knew we liked you and we get along and whatever, but now it's like, oh crap, we're friends, and we don't get to see our friends anymore on the show for a while, but we'll hang in there.
yeah. So yeah, about 30 more days apparently. So. Anyway, guys, that has been our show for this week. I'm going to be doing some streaming this weekend. I'm going to stream some Panzer Dragoon for the Nintendo Switch. Make sure you tune in for that. We got new episodes with Nerds with Coffee coming out tomorrow, so check that out. And Saturday, I'll be releasing my video review of the Marvel Legends Black Widow wave. But other than that, if you want to find us, you can find us on at SCNS Live on Twitter and Instagram, and follow us on Facebook.com/SCNS Live. But if you want to follow us personally, you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JasonTheX.
Me?
Yeah.
You can find me on Instagram at the Good Cast or the Bad Cast, depending on what quality of stuff that you like. And you can find me on Twitter at the Good Cast, currently complaining mostly about how hard Ori and the Will of the Wisps is.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at BetterCat, actually posting a couple in the past couple weeks. And you can find me on Twitter with Cass at Dilla Drawings, once again, drawing terrible cartoons of Overwatch League caster stuff and posting them for your enjoyment.
You can find me on Instagram at nerdyrick89. I am doing the 366-day challenge. I've been doing a picture day for today's day 93 of the year, though it seems like it's been already 366 days. Thank you, March. Also want to give a quick shout out to my friend Dana Fuwise. She has actually entered a contest for the Broadway's Biggest Fan. If you go to broadway.com/biggest fan, basically they selected 10 people from a bunch of people that entered videos, and she was selected to be in the top 10. Top 3 go to the finals. She is currently number 2. If you go onto broadway.com/biggest fans, vote for her. She is, when you look at the thumbnails, it is the one that has looks like the TARDIS blanket. Click on her video. She is currently number 2. She's in second place right now, which is great. But let's get her to Broadway. Winner will get an all expenses paid to New York, of course, once all this stuff's going on is over. She'll get to go see a couple of Broadway plays for free and a bunch of other things. So go, vote. Let's get her to New York, guys. Thank you guys so much.
Ricardo, I'm going to do you and Dana a favor. I just put a link to that in our description. Please go there and give Dana a vote. It's actually pretty entertaining what she put together. I gave her a vote myself.
There you go, guys. Go vote. She's second place. Let's get her to first.
All right. So that's it for the show. And I know we always say keep on nerding around here, but in these times, I would like to say look to the stars, for hope burns bright. We'll see you next week. Keep on nerding.
Keep on nerding.
Keep on nerding.
Wow.